Despite the enormous destruction that Hurricane Matthew left behind, residents are counting their blessings that no life was lost. But one family tonight is grieving the sudden death of their loved one who died during the storm. Clint Watson explains.
As she walked the pathway back to what's left of her home, the pain is evident on the groan she takes with each step. A reminder that Bernice Evans isn't mourning the loss of material things, but unlike every other storm victim, she watched her best friend and lover, her husband, face death after suffering a heart attack.
He just said his heart was hurting him. And he told me to go in the next room and get up on something high. And I did, and my niece, his niece came and said, something wrong with Hugh, and he fall down. And when I come out here, me and Dumpy was trying to get him up in a chair to sit him up, but he was already dead.
Holland Evans, affectionately called Hewlin, like many Androsians, felt his home was strong enough to withstand the fury of Matthew. Having gone through many storms before, he refused the offer by Police Superintendent Bruce Arnett to evacuate. He felt he could ride out the storm. Superintendent Arnett, by a twist of fate, recorded this conversation with Hewlin hours before he died, pleading with him to evacuate.
Tell me what your view is of this storm and Lausanne.
Well, it's a dangerous storm, all right? But Lausanne can't sink because of when the water come in and Lausanne, it can't back up. See, there ain't no way, any way the water could back up. When the water come in the creek here, it goes straight around, goes straight out on the west side islands.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, you hear from Hewlin.
There ain't no backup water. Only island, you only sink where the water can run off.
Well, we trying to encourage Hewlin to move, but Hewlin is saying that his house is the strongest thing. I'm going to come back after the storm. I tell him when the ark close, I don't want him to be like the children who didn't come in.
I know that.
But his widow believes he became overwhelmed when he saw the water burst through the doors of his 35-year-old home, which he thought would hold up.
And I just think it was just too much for him.
Before that normally?
He told me his heart was hurting him.
We're told there were about 8 people in the house. It was when the storm surge came through these particular doors, it gushed through, pushing the doors. Mr. Hewlin himself tried to push back on the door, couldn't believe that it was actually coming through his house. He became overwhelmed as it was pushed through, therefore taking with a heart attack.
75-year-old Evans reportedly never had heart complications before. When he died, men from the community, led by Superintendent Arnett, traveled through debris and water to retrieve his body, placing it on a sheet of plywood and walking a long distance to where emergency personnel awaited to secure his body. According to Superintendent Arnett, he made a commitment to Holland that he would come back for him, and even if it meant in death, he was obligated to get Hewlin. Clint Watson, ZNS Network News.